So these people were kind of standing around here in the beginning, and they were asking a few questions. There was actually a guy who had fallen into the stream just prior to when I started filming, and we helped him out, and I went and fished out his glasses. So I think this is the first tub, what you consider the first tub. As you can see, the water's really clear, and the water was very, very cold. I'd say the water was about maybe in the mid 50s, and the air, even though it supposedly got to 66 that day, the air actually down in the tubs there was nowhere near 66. It was probably more like 50 or 55, about the same as the temperature of the water.
I don't think I can get up there.
So there was this big 4x4 post thing there. I'm not sure what it was doing there. I'm not really sure why I was moving it around at the time. So this is the second tub, and this one's bigger, but it's very similar to the I guess what would be the first one. As you get closer here, you can see that this is the water gets deep there where the waterfall is, and I wasn't quite sure if I could climb it, and I didn't want to get everything from my nipples up. I really didn't want to get wet because I was worried that I might get hypothermic, and I wasn't quite sure how long it would take me to get up all 7 of the tubs. So a little bit of movie magic, I suddenly appear at the top of the waterfall. Basically, I just bypassed it. I think I did that about 3 times during the whole shoot. So this is I think this is tub number 3. And this one, the waterfall it wasn't a free fall, it wasn't a free drop into the tub, so this was pretty easy to negotiate, although you can see I fell in right there. Some of the rocks you can see are covered with moss and algae and stuff like that, so it's easy to slip and fall. So I was trying to be careful. Right here, don't know if you can hear it, but there's a guy up top there. I guess he was watching me slip and fall, and maybe I looked
Yeah, I'm
like
fine.
I was having trouble or something like that. So he
Yeah,
just
I'm
yelled
fine.
down, "Hey, you okay?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm fine." I guess it was nice to know that there was some people around there that were at least somewhat interested in the well-being of this person who is crawling around down at the bottom of the tubs there.
That's
This is tub number 4, which I think is the biggest of all of them. And this area right here, the smaller tub that leads into the larger tub, looked like to me to be the deepest one there. The water was dark. You could see rocks at the bottom, but right at the lip there where I'm standing, you could tell it just dropped off and went straight down. I'm going to say it was probably 8 to 10 feet deep, but I'm not sure about that. Next time I go, I'm going to go in warmer weather. And one of the things I was a little disappointed with in this trip was that because of the weather, I didn't feel comfortable going underwater, and I really wanted to. Tub number 5 was another one where essentially there was a water slide leading right down into it, so there was no issue having to climb up a waterfall or get completely soaked. One of the techniques you can use to get up these things is to do what I'm doing right here, which is basically just straddle your legs across the little canyon feature there. When it gets a little wider, places like this where it gets very narrow, you can just walk right up. Now this section here, I'm not sure if these are considered tubs. I don't think so. I think this is just an area of water slides and waterfalls connecting other tubs. And this one here, is this tub number 6? I'm not sure. It's shaped like the tubs, but it doesn't have as much water in it as the other ones do. So I would think that this would not be considered a tub, although I don't know. This one here would definitely classify as a tub. And this one, whether this is 6 or, I guess this is probably tub 6. This one is obviously also very deep. And during warmer weather, this would be just a very fun occasion. You could just jump off that cliff, I'm sure, after checking the depth of the water, of course. Swim around underwater. So at this point, you're basically at the end of, almost at the end of the features that come before the railroad tunnel. There were quite a few people there on this day, other than one other man who jumped in the water for reasons I'm not quite sure of. Nobody else was in the water. This spot right here, I imagine when it's hot, gets crowded because it's almost like a little natural amphitheater there with seating on the right hand side. Now if you look at this shot right here, I kind of dunk the camera underwater for just a split second. Kind of gives you an idea of how clear the water really is, and also gives you an idea of how cool it would be to film underwater.
Ta-da!